Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Darcy.
Good morning, Jeffrey.
What's up?
Hmm, for some reason, just extra technical difficulties for no reason, as usual.
For no reason.
Yep, yep, none, no reason whatsoever.
Hmm. There's always a reason.
Oh, well, okay then.
Technology just wasn't playing nice.
No, and it's hard for me.
Don't you work in technology?
Yep, that doesn't make it easy though.
Yeah, it's supposed to. It is
I know.
supposed to. Or does it mean you just get into harder technology stuff? So then the skill level and the difficulties are always the same, just some's harder than others.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know why I get so easily confused, but
Hmm.
I do. I'm a confused person. Good morning, Patricia.
So, what are we going to talk about today?
Um, Part two of haunted houses.
Part two. What was part
Hmm.
one?
Haunted houses.
Oh, what did we learn there?
Um, Gulp. We learned.
It was only a week ago, Darcy.
Uh,
You didn't know it was quiz time.
you. I think we've worked together long enough. We've known each other long enough that any kind of, even if it was something we just talked about, I kind of go blank with those
Pop
unexpected questions.
quizzes.
Exactly. Exactly. We learned that when you were a kid, you would drive up at Halloween time. Your parents would drive up to random people's houses and let you guys go inside by yourself and pay the people to take you. Um, and
Temporary
uh,
kidnapping.
yeah. Um, what else did what else did I learn? That you love LUV, um, the Haunted Mansion at Disney, and Link is like me and was scared to death by it as a child. And something about Mary Curie. I remember we talked about her for a minute. What am I missing? What else did we learn last week, Jeff?
That Halloween started a long, long time ago.
Hmm.
Back in the day,
Yep.
in the 50s.
What?
Yeah.
Haunted houses did? Or just Halloween? I'm
No,
confused.
Halloween. No. It started a long, long time ago. What was it, like 1600s or even earlier? And
No, it's a long
then
time ago.
the haunted houses really came around once they realized they could start making some good money off of them.
Oh yeah, remember they said that people should put um skin, what was it? Furs and livers on
Mm-hmm.
the walls and a cutout of a cat.
Yep, the cutout of the cat at the end. That was there.
Yeah, to really freak people out. Not a real cat.
That
Fake
was not
cat.
a very good recap that we did.
No, it was horrible. I don't know what you were expecting with that question.
I expected you to have a nice little recap and just like,
When? When have I ever had a good
I don't know. This
Jeff,
time,
you and I have been friends for like 8 years.
far too
Not
long.
once.
We need to
Yeah,
stop that.
not yeah. Not once have I had a good recap. That's it. Friendship's over.
I tried.
You've had, yeah, for 8 years, you've tried to get me to have a good recap. So,
Yeah.
maybe we should just cut our losses.
Yeah. Wow. It ends here. End of the road. Man, all over the recap.
No.
Not a kneecap, a
No.
recap.
Yep.
Why
I
is
was
my Visual
recapped.
Studio open? All right. Well, we do have an exciting show for everybody. We have haunted houses. Now we're going to actually talk about some. And then going
Oh.
too far when haunted houses go too far. We weren't able to cover those things from last time. And then we have pumpkin carving, a little bit about that, and popular costumes for this week. So let's get into it.
All right, let's do it.
That's blurry. Yeah, I guess taking screenshots didn't work out so well. Stupid WebP files.
Well, we tried.
Our first haunted house up on the list is Knott's Scary Farm in Buena, California, or Buna, maybe.
Buena.
Buena. I can't say it like you said it, so we're gonna go
Buena.
with you. Yeah, there we go. That one. Southern California's biggest Halloween event is full of scares, including numerous haunted houses, haunted mazes. I just made that up. The word's not even there. I
This
usually
is
just
why we're
mispronounce or grab words from different spots in the sentence. The word house is not even in the paragraph. That's hilarious. Numerous haunted mazes and attractions that are more than 1,000 terrifying creatures. Oh, there are also more than 1,000 terrifying creatures wandering the amusement park. So watch where you walk. This event is recommended for those 13 years old.
Or older. Over.
Oh,
That is, yeah, only if you're 13 should you go to Knott's Scary Farm. That's creepy.
that was it? Oh, it's
No,
still going?
look at all the fog.
But they just did that like flash thing, like I had
Mm-hmm.
some kind of
Like
freak
the
out or
train was
something.
coming at you. Whoa, ghost train.
That was not very good. I didn't like their intro.
No, that was lame.
Next.
I
We got the Bates Motel.
and Haunted Hayride.
Oops.
Those two things don't seem like they should go together. Ooh, a haunted hayride. Like the Bates
wait,
Motel is that would be really scary. And then afterwards,
There we go.
oh, the Headless Horseman.
That was car full of clowns. Oh, shoes just hanging. That was scary. You know, not having been to one of these for a long time and watching this video, it really doesn't seem very scary.
That looked scary.
What,
Axe
throwing
throwing?
an axe?
Oh, Leatherface. They got all the good stuff.
Oh, this one's a lot. I'm more impressed with this one than the last one. They put a little more effort into theirs.
Mm-hmm. I get it now. The hayride's part of the tour. I like that. That would
Yep.
be fun. I
Oh,
mean, hay
okay.
doesn't seem like it would be very comfortable, but
Uh-oh.
that's okay. And now I sound like a old person. Like, that doesn't sound comfortable at all.
The Bates Motel is in Glen Mills, Pennsylvania. and it offers a walk through a haunted forest filled with terrifying sets, monsters on a trail known as the Psychopath, and then head into the Bates Motel, a haunted house
That's
known for its
hilarious.
high-level special effects. I would agree. It wasn't very scary, but those effects were pretty cool.
Yeah.
Don't miss the Revenge of the Scarecrow's haunted corn trail, a corn haunted maze that will send you running back to the car in fear. Oh, 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 oh.
Yep, that sounds scary.
Oops. Then we have the Midnight Terror haunted house. They don't have the production value to put a video up.
That's okay.
They're in Oak Lawn, Illinois, taking up to 26,000 feet. Emphasizes using live actors to horrify its guests. There are a lot to explore, including Factory of Malum and the Black Oak Grove, which are full of terrifying surprises. There's an extensive story behind everything you see. Oh, so you gotta go to school too? No, doesn't sound like very much fun.
That's funny.
And I believe these are the largest in the country, is why they're.
Yeah.
It says best haunted houses, so I think these are some of the larger ones. So if you live in Illinois, Pennsylvania, or California houses too. They have that first not so good one. Well, I don't want to be disparaging. The one without a very good video. It didn't get me excited. Huh?
With the train conductor?
Yeah, like
one?
that. It wasn't, I don't know. This one is the Haunted Trail of Boba Park. Boba. Expect 2 haunts in one location. The Haunted Trail and the Experiment Maze. Follow a twisting trail through Balboa Park once you escape the mile-long maze. But watch out for dangers lurking behind trees. Favorite horror icons like Pennywise and Michael Myers can be found throughout the haunted attraction. This is one of the best for those over the age of 10.
I don't know. A mile-long maze. I would be so frustrated and upset by the end of that. I feel like
Mazes are
kind
easy.
of.
They just might take
like
longer.
like I've never actually walked through a maze before.
Yeah, you just always take the same turn. As long as you don't switch your turns, you'll always find your way out. The only way that wouldn't work is if you couldn't go back on a path you've already done. If you can't go, like if they close the door, now you can't go back that way, that would change. But if it's an open maze, if you always go to the left or always go to the right, you're eventually going to go down every path or find your way out.
Yeah, but if it's a mile long.
Yeah, but I just said it's not that. Like if you go trying to switch around, and then you're not really trying to get out.
Yeah, that's true. I get lost a lot, so I just feel like that would be.
Yep.
A lot.
It's really a search algorithm in programming. I think what a tree search or breadth first search, I forget, where you take and you follow a path all the way down to the very bottom, and then you go up one level, and then you go to the other one, and then you go back a level, and then you go to another one. You keep going, and eventually you traverse the whole tree.
Interesting.
But it's not very efficient. It's not a great search, or it's not a great way to do it, but it's a guarantee that you'll cover everything, or that you'll find your way out.
Yeah.
So if you ever, you could always try to do it for fun
just
first.
Wear some good shoes.
Yeah, but they're usually not going to be that big.
Yeah, well, if it's good for kids or people over 10, then it probably isn't as difficult as I fear it would be.
Our final haunted house is the Netherworld Haunted House in Stone Mountain, Georgia. Walk through Stone Mountain's famed Halloween attraction, which is filled with live actors, monsters. It seems like they have a running theme. And intense special effects. It's regularly named one of the best haunted houses in the United States. It features 2 haunts, the Netherworld and Cybershock. Or is it Netherworld? Neither? I've heard it both ways.
I think it's Nether. I think neither has an I in it.
because it's neither that world or this world. Which take about 45 minutes to explore in total. So that means each one is only 25 minutes long for an hour. Yeah, you gotta kick out guests, bring them in, get them out. It's all about getting that green.
Yep.
Minimum of age of 5 is allowed. I don't know why you'd be taking 5-year-olds to a haunted house.
Yeah. No.
I don't care if they're
That's,
getting scared or not. It's like they're just small. They're gonna get trampled if somebody starts running, and somebody like some high school kids decide to be silly. No,
yep.
a little too little.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a lot. Well, not a lot. I'm sure there's things that are just for the little ones.
Yeah, that's why you go to the pumpkin patch.
Hmm. Yeah.
I've seen many
We
little
actually,
kids be scared.
there's a haunted train ride somewhere near us. We pass it often, when we go to visit family. And this has got me wanting to Google it now, now that we've talked about it. Like, that haunted hayride actually didn't seem that bad. I mean, we're not going to do it this year, but now I'm curious. Thanks, pretending to program.
All right. Next up, we have haunted houses that have went too far.
Oh, yeah,
When
this picture is horrifying.
does haunting? Yeah, we might get taken down. We'll just go on. I don't know if this one's much better, but we'll leave it here. When does haunting become a little? When does it cross the line to just torture?
Yeah.
What would you say?
I guess it's up to the person that's being tortured. Like, do they, do they get to say when they've had enough? But there would also have to be levels. Like, for some people that they may tap out a lot earlier than other people. I guess if it's because this also seems like something that a lot of people would be into, having like really getting the poop scared out of them. um Silly. Just getting really, really, really scared, getting that adrenaline going. They might have high pain tolerance and all that stuff, but there's other people that, like me, that like one jump scare and I'll be like, man, I'm done. That's enough. You know, you just made me walk through a mile maze. I'm, gonna tap out now. I don't know. What do you think?
I guess
Hello?
it's the same. Yeah, I was thinking. I guess it's along the same lines as rough sex, right? Where's that line at?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everyone has to be consenting adults.
Yeah. So, I mean, somebody's going to take it too far. It pretty much always
Mm-hmm.
happens, right? So just hopefully it's not on you.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
And that's
that's
scary.
pretty much
Like
it.
that actually takes a lot of trust. I don't know
Yeah, I have zero
if
trust
just
for
like
that
some,
type of people.
some 17-year-old
Yeah,
um
no,
at a
no.
haunted house. And then also, like, are they going to be are these actors going to be put in a situation that makes them uncomfortable because the person wants them to keep going? I don't know.
No, I don't think the actors will mind too much. They probably,
Well, if they're young though, I mean, later they might be like, I can't believe, like that experiment
yeah, but you're gonna,
where with the shocking. Like, I wonder, I'm also curious like how that affected those people later to, that
well, if they
that they
wouldn't
had
have
done.
told them, and some they didn't, I believe that's part of the whole thing. And some of them
Mhm.
like left without knowing that they didn't hurt somebody.
Yeah.
Like that's how they
Yeah, and I
started
don't.
doing it at one point. I thought because that experiment was
Yeah, that's
interesting.
torture. Mm.
So yeah, it probably doesn't help mentally, but then it's the other side of it. You probably like people that like to torture people will probably gravitate to these types of places because they get to do it
Mhm.
legally, and then it just keeps ramping up. And yeah, I don't know.
Mm.
So forced to eat things, waterboard, shoved underwater. That's how critics are describing what happens in the haunted house, otherwise known as McCamey Manor. As Halloween approached, an online petition garnered more than 70, that's not very many, urging Tennessee officials to shut down the attraction. 76,000, by the way. That's not enough. You need unless it's 76,000 Tennesseans. But if it's across the world or even across the United States, it's like fraction. That's nobody. Which bills itself as an audience participation event in which you live your own horror movie. This extreme haunted house is an interactive experience designed to play on each visitor's worst fears, revealed during a thorough screening process. Okay.
Weird. I don't like that. Each guest
will be mentally and physically challenged until you reach your personal breaking point. Oh, yeah, that's pretty easy. Just have somebody stand next to me and cough on me, and I'll be done.
Yeah.
Done.
You're
that's
like, this
personal
interview
breaking
process
point.
is actually crossing a lot of lines.
Yeah. No. But that's, I'm a delicate flower, so.
You really are.
I wouldn't put myself even close to this experience. Nope. I probably wouldn't even drive somebody there. I'd just be like, no.
This sounds even worse than what we were imagining. It's just like people kind of filing through and get to be like, okay, that's enough. No, they're like, what are your worst fears so that we can make sure to make this a horrific experience. We want to scare the poop out of you.
I think some people know them, but I don't even think they would get that out of an interview process. What are people's really worst fears?
Well, I'm sure they're pretty standard.
Nah, it depends. What if your worst fear is like letting somebody down or something? Then how do you
Well, you probably wouldn't be going
that?
to the haunted house to, if you're going to the haunted house, especially one like this, you're gonna be like, you're probably like a horror person, and you're like, it would really scare me to, have Leatherface chasing me down, we
were talking about extreme.
Yeah.
So what you'd be? I'm really afraid to have my face shoved underwater.
Yeah, I'm scared of drowning. What was that show? Like, I know that there's other ones, but I just remember like when we were kids, there was a show in the 90s that was like they would make you eat really gross things.
Fear Factor?
Was that what it was?
That's Joe Rogan show? Yeah.
Yeah. I knew he was from something. Yeah, and that was so like they put people have spiders crawling on their head, and I don't know, this just sounds more like that show.
Yeah, it's Fear Factor reincarnated. I'd agree. It's exactly what this sounds like.
Yeah, just like we are gonna make it worse and worse and worse. Yeah. Okay. I knew he was from something.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, it's just it's not real enough, but it's just I don't know. It's just whatever. Okay, so the experience is rough enough and truly frightening that visitors must sign a 40-page waiver, hand over a signed medical release, and choose a safe word. And if they do make it out without tapping, they are awarded $20,000.
Seriously? No wonder people go.
What's
20,000? That feels like a lot.
The attraction's website provides a detailed description of what guests should expect before this happens, including low visibility, wet conditions, physically demanding environments, close contact with very real and graphic scenes of horror. So far, no one has made it through the entire experience, which lasts as long as 10 hours. Oh, do they? It says as long. Do they get to decide how long they get to torture you for?
Yeah.
That's why nobody taps out. Like, I'm hungry. I got to go to the bathroom. Do it in your pants. All right. Okay. You know what? Like, I don't know.
That's a lot.
So basically, if the people running this are fighting for $20,000, yeah, they're not going to be very nice to you.
No.
The petition notes that participation is free, which is technically the loophole because they're doing it for fun. It's a torture chamber under disguise. They do screenings to find the weakest, most easily manipulated people. What they say, you can't do it because you're not scared enough? While visitors are allowed to quit once they hit their breaking point, the petition says that wasn't always the case. Previously, no safe word was allowed. He changed that, but there have been reports that the torture continues even when people repeat their safe word for several minutes. The petition adds, one man was tortured so badly he passed out multiple times. Workers only stopped because they thought they had killed him. That's bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
While McCamey can't confirm which claims in the petition are accurate and which are not, so some are, he told Fox Business News that if some of the experiences listed were actually happening, he would be locked up. No, not really.
No.
I think he figured out a way to be able to torture people.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, they volunteer. I'm still gonna stand to that point. Like, if you did it under your own choice, like you went there, you might not realize what you're getting into.
Yeah. There was they agreed to do it with the understanding that when they were done, they could be done.
But you have you have to realize that that's just it's what you're entering into is a gray legal agreement, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it might not be done when you say it's done.
Yeah.
I would just stop participating.
Well, if you're about to sign a 40-page waiver, then that feels like you're holding up your end that they're going to hold up theirs. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot of paperwork to make people feel comfortable going into a situation that and the other side is clearly not following it. It's like if it was like a 2-paragraph, like,
yeah, it's kind of
sheet, you would be like, what about this made you think that your safe word or whatever was going to get you out? Like, this doesn't make sense. But 40 pages, that to me is saying, like, we are covering all of our bases. We're going to make sure that, like, X, Y, and Z happens. And then when it doesn't, that feels like part of the trick. Like, they're making you feel comfortable. Yeah. I don't know. I don't like it.
So they say the attraction uses mental techniques to convince people they are experiencing things that are not actually happening. McNamee says that every visit is recorded, so he has proof of what actually occurred. Under hypnosis, if you make someone believe there's something really scary going on, that's just in their own mind and not reality. So you can break people's brains. That's what he's doing. Yeah, whatever. If people want to sign up for it, I'm sorry. I'm on the side of non-sympathy. It's easy to avoid that stuff. Don't go. Doesn't matter. I agree with you. Even skydiving doesn't have that long of an agreement. Might be only like 10 pages. And it just says over and over, you have a chance of dying. And that's it. That's it. They just want to make sure you're aware.
Yeah, just so you know.
And the percentage of that is so low. Skydiving is an amazing thing that I think is not done by enough people. It's really cool. The jack-o'-lantern. Are we past torture? Let's see.
Yeah, let's move on. This is
let's go back to happy stuff.
Look at how cute they are. Those are.
Why do we carve pumpkins at Halloween? The jack-o'-lantern has a long history with Halloween. Although our favorite demonic faces haven't always been carved out of pumpkins, their origin comes from an Irish myth about Stingy Jack, who tricked the devil for his own monetary gain. When Jack died, the god didn't allow him into heaven, and the devil didn't let him into hell, so Jack was sentenced to roam the earth for eternity. In Ireland, people started to carve demonic faces out of turnips to frighten away Jack's wandering soul. When Irish immigrants moved to the U.S., they began carving jack-o'-lanterns from pumpkins, as these were native to the region. But how did jack-o'-lanterns become associated with Halloween?
Yeah, how?
Halloween
Tell me
is based on a Celtic festival, Samhain. Samhain. Whatever. In the 8th century, the Roman Catholic Church moved All Saints' Day. Oh, I remember this. All Saints' Day, a day celebrating the church saints, to November 1st. This meant that All Hallows' Eve or Halloween fell on October 31st. Traditions from Samhain remained, such as wearing disguises to hide yourself from the souls wandering around your house. The folklore about Stingy Jack was quickly incorporated into Halloween, and we've been carving pumpkins or turnips ever since.
That's awesome. Look at how sweet. I like that story. Oh, I'm curious about finding out more about Jack. Wandering spirit.
Here's Jack.
Now I'm trying to remember that line. That reminded me of Fight Club. Do we have time for a quick break?
We can, but we're probably not going to do too long on this next section either.
Oh, okay. So we'll just power
If
through.
you want to power through, I'm cool with that.
We can power through.
All right. We're on to costumes. We have a few of the most popular costumes for this year. The first one, most likely, being Barbie costumes. You'll probably see a lot of people running around with various versions of Barbie. It did gross $1 billion so far.
Really? That's a lot.
Yep.
Have you seen it?
No. I say that not in a bad way, just I'm not going to go out of my way, but once it comes on one of the streaming platforms, I'll probably watch it.
Yeah,
I like
me too.
I like the actors.
The cast?
The cast, yep.
I do too.
So I'd be fine. And I think it would be cute. And I mean, I like more positive movies than dark, scary movies. So that would fall along my lines of, all right, while I'm painting, I can listen to Barbie and watch, the story unfold. It's going to be probably a pretty standard story of something, but
yeah,
it's all right.
A beginning, a middle, and an end.
Yep, just a normal story. Well, sometimes, it's not going to go end, middle, beginning or something. So
yeah, unless it's one of my stories.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just the middle bit.
So you'll likely see some Barbie ones. Next up, we got Oppenheimer.
Oh, yeah.
Another popular movie for this year. So there could be people dressing up as the man who created the atomic bomb, or just the bomb itself, maybe. Who knows?
That would be weird. But
so maybe you have a Barbie coming with this guy.
Yep.
And then you have part of their crew maybe also includes Little Miles.
I loved that movie. I saw it on the plane.
Can't read.
Oh no.
There's a big giant ad across it.
Oh.
So you watched this Across the Spider-Verse?
Yep. I really enjoyed it. I saw the first one on Netflix when it came out, and I loved that one too. And so I've been waiting for it to come back because it wasn't on Netflix, and I couldn't find it anywhere. So anyway, I saw this and I really liked it, and I can't wait for the next one.
Yep, it's a good movie. Mm-hmm. Next up, this will make sense to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. I think Wednesday or the Addams Family has always been a go-to.
Yes, I think a go-to, but I think that's a different age group previously. I think they really did need to revitalize it. Watching trick-or-treaters over the last 5-6 years, I haven't ever seen an Addams Family.
Oh.
I mean, I don't get tons of trick-or-treaters, but I'd say 30 35 trick-or-treaters this season. And I
Really?
wouldn't see, yeah, I wouldn't see any.
Oh.
You would always see the standards, just like Spider-Man and princesses, maybe, just ghosts, ghouls, zombies. Oh no, not to go back. Oh, I doubt Ness keeps video that long. I was gonna say I have to go back and look at my video. Oh, now that sounds creepy. Recording little
That
kids.
does sound creepy. Like,
I swear it's just whatever's on the cloud. Oh wait, that's even worse. Oh
it's worse.
no. No, I'm sharing it across international lines probably.
Oh,
No,
boy.
it's safe and innocent, just regular trick-or-treaters. I do the bowl theory. I explained that last year. Set the bowl out, see how many pieces they take. So I like watching them. I like watching them do the reasoning and the should I take a lot, should I take a little? And I tell you, time and time again, kids are good kids these days, especially the ones
Yeah.
that come around here. So they,
Well, they probably also know that there's cameras everywhere.
yeah, that could be true
Hopefully.
too. But I mean, I'm still thinking
No.
back to myself. I would probably still empty the bowl. Not, I mean,
Really?
not
I
adult
wouldn't have.
Jeff, but kid Jeff. Yes.
I wouldn't even take one. That like I was such a scared kid.
Mm.
I know this is gonna surprise everybody. I was scared of everything when I was a kid. Nobody's shocked. I would be scared to even take candy because I would feel like even if I saw other kids doing it, I would feel like that is a decoration and it's not for taking. Like that's unless somebody says like you can have this, I would feel like I was stealing and the guilt. I couldn't handle it. Even if I saw other kids. When I was a kid, my brother used to tell me when I got home from school that the sandwich that our babysitter sat in front of me wasn't for me and I wouldn't eat it. He did that to me for way too many times. And I believed him because that's the kind of kid I was. I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's not for me.
I don't know what to tell
That's my
you.
little
Yeah.
brother.
You're nice though. So yeah, we our neighborhood, that one bowl was empty within 5 minutes. Whether you got
That's
to it first or the
hilarious.
other kid did.
But,
I know I
well,
could drive
they
by the
just
house
made it
right now.
worse.
I know exactly what house it is. That was the house that you had to make sure your crew was ready to go. Like at whatever time trick or treating started, 5, 5:30, 6, whatever time it was, you need to make sure you were sprinting to that house or you were already en route because you get a
That's
whole
funny.
bowl of candy.
You just be sitting outside of their house waiting for them to bring the
No,
bowl out.
they were never there.
Oh,
They were never there. The bowl just appeared. Like I don't know what they did. Like it was like a ghost house. You wouldn't even see a sign. Maybe they set the bowl out and pulled out of the parking lot or out of the parking lot, out of their driveway. I don't know. Out of 10 years of trick or treating in that neighborhood, I'm sure I didn't see. I saw people there in general because I think at one point we knew somebody that lived there like later on. But yeah, just Halloween. It was just this one house. It was only one house, and then there was a couple houses in the back that would do big candy bars.
ooh,
So you
nice.
make sure you hit them twice with a different costume. You'd switch costumes and come back.
Oh my gosh, you guys are the worst. We would just, yeah, I hate it. I love the candy. Don't get me wrong. I loved the candy, like all kids, but trick or treating I was so scared all the time. Like I wouldn't go up unless there was a whole bunch of people, and I didn't care if I didn't get candy. Like I just didn't want to get noticed. It was scary.
Yeah,
But
we also had to
then you
deal
would
with
get
bag
like,
snatchers. Did you ever have to deal with the bag snatchers?
no,
Oh my gosh. Yeah, see,
no,
this
I
neighborhood was
didn't.
crazy. It was a giant subdivision neighborhood. And
Mm.
so, yeah, there's bag snatchers that would come out of the woods, the older kids that were like 16, 17.
Oh no, we
Oh
didn't
yeah,
have anything like that.
you had to be
We like
travel in big groups and then stay clustered, just like a school of fish, and the sharks would just come by and
weird. That's so
somebody would lose their
sad. Yeah,
bag.
no, we didn't. We
Nothing
would
you could do about it.
we would go to the neighborhood that my mom, like my grandma lived in the house that my mom grew up in. So we would go out there and there was quite a few kids, but it was also an older community because those houses were built in like the 60s. A lot of it was. So anyway, it was like mostly older people, so a lot of the grandkids and stuff. And so we would go around. We got lots of pennies and
Mm-hmm. Pencils.
oranges and stuff like that. Pencils, yes. Um, so yeah, we would do okay with candy. So yeah, no, we didn't really have to deal with anything like that. But when we got home, our dog would always end up eating all of our candy. So I guess yes, tech
Yep.
technically.
Yeah, one of my grandpas, he was the penny pencil person.
That's hilarious.
Bag of
I
10
like
pennies or something.
it.
I don't remember.
They're like, hey, thanks for the pennies.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's like, yeah.
But
uh,
I mean, you could still buy
You could buy
candy for
candy.
five
You could
cents
buy
or
a
whatever.
10 cent candy, yeah.
Yeah.
But you
So,
still, you just threw them in your bank and called it a day.
yep.
All right. We got one more. I don't know
Okay.
what this one is. It's Bear. I never watched this show.
Oh, um,
Chicago restaurant.
hmm.
That's what it says. I don't know.
Isn't that the guy from, I don't know, Rick
Jeremy Allen
watches
White.
something Rick watches. Yeah, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah, that was the
It looks
worst out of all
impressive.
the costumes. I don't know.
Yep. Like that's what I look like that every day for the longest time. That was my work costume.
Yeah, somebody at work told me about an awesome costume.
What's up?
A serial killer.
But your cereal?
You would have a bunch of cereal, or maybe it was, might have been my mom. I forget who told me now. Now I'm trying to remember who told me. You tape a bunch of cereal boxes to you with
Mm-hmm.
knives in them, and you're a serial killer.
Yep, that's
Oh,
good.
it was my sister. That's who told me, because she
Oh,
was talking about because we were talking about how when we were kids we'd eat those little cereal boxes.
those things were the best.
Uh huh. And I was like, oh, that'd be awesome. So you just collect up them, and then at Halloween you got a costume. You just duct tape cereal boxes with knives in them to you,
Hmm.
and you're a serial killer.
Hopefully take time.
I
I would fall.
like Jim's. Didn't he do like Facebook the one year on The Office? That was pretty good.
Mm, I don't know.
All right, well that's it. That's the show.
That was fun. I enjoyed it. We should do it again next year. Have a great weekend, Patricia.
Bye everyone.
Bye, everybody.